Here they come now.
Welcome to another edition of Strange New Pod. I'm your Fleet Admiral and host, Julian Brown. Ain't no sick bay gonna keep me down. Nope. I'm taking, maybe not. Giraffe knew how I was over the weekend. I'm trying Scotty's remedy for a change. Just some.
Is it green?
No, it's just straight Saurian brandy. Going that route. I am here alongside the best bridge crew, this side of a rotary telephone. Captain Hawk is here, ready to talk all about his favorite subject, holodecks. Holodecks. They
let me live.
They let you live. You could also buy one of those fancy Fansets mobile emitters now, bud.
Yes.
With the tariff thing.
Like that you
With
can
the
travel,
tariff.
maybe.
You still just don't want to leave the premises.
No.
Yeah, I think, don't come here. It's the mirror universe. Like, stay wherever you are.
Right.
You're like sweet holodeck over there.
Oh, man. And Praetor Giraffe is here already messaging me about Bernadette Croft and the costume department. So, at least there, we're off to a really good start. Welcome back. How we doing? How goes it?
Doing okay. Glad you're doing
still
better.
alive.
Still alive. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Still alive is
blast, but
good. Yeah.
still alive.
Almost got burned alive. Not really, but still. The chat filled in quick. Hello, YouTube Collective. It is good to see you. Romulan Ale is good too. I like Romulan Ale as much as my Saurian brandy. So if you want to send me some, I'm here. Everyone is wondering what will Giraffe cosplay from Strange New World Season 3 first. Well, I think there will be a lot of options. We'll find out.
We'll see.
Obviously, this week, I feel like I actually made this joke both on paper and now on the podcast. But Steve, it's been so long.
Oh,
We've finally got some content from Strange New World Season 3. First, the character posters a few weeks ago, and now a full-fledged 1 minute and 4 second teaser trailer. We're going to break that down image by image, but first, Giraffe, can you thank our amazing Patron collective at the Ready Room level and above, please?
Absolutely. Play the elevator music. Oh, no, actually, thank you. Thanks. Simon Stagger, Jeff Reeve, Maria Gossett, Tallulah, Jen Stein, Tina Alexander, Joseph Perito, Noe Santos, Kong Hui, Takako Nagumo, Fernanda Nogales, SNK, Colin Davidson, Shotterhand 2049, Jesco, Michael Graham, Emilian Travis, Maggie Light, Wainwright, Skonavark, Tron, Jay Howard, Halani Uchiyama, Matt Harker, Joshua Lewis, Tara Pollen, Slope74, Ruth Parakeet, Aaron W., Carl Engeli, Michael Kwan, Caitlin, Elizabeth Dean, Jing McMahon, Sedano 317, Puka Hair, Free Fight Short, Cat TP, Tripping the Read Alert over Pineapple, Sean Manning, Asher at the Bat, Chris Waterman, RHCB, Martin Simpson, Norman Buckwell, David Prime, Hildebrand, Terrin J. Robinson, Rod Greiner, Eric the Red, Trouble, Jamie Roberts, Honeyberry, Paul Taylor Pitt, Brett Jones, Michelle P. Martin Walker, 82, Melissa Bartel, Jesse Robbins, Kim, and Chris Benaglio.
Woo, 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 woo. You rock, patrons.
Should I do the EPs because I messed them up last week, so I want a redemption.
Yes, redemption, please.
I mean, it was Monday, not last week.
You did good, but you still did good. You remembered most of them, but still, yes, redeem yourself.
1, 2, okay. And as always, big thanks to all of our band murals, our EPs, Steven Stagger, Chris Waterman, Tara Pollen, Brett Jones, Dana, Matt Harker, and Jim McMahon.
Woo woo! Thank you for keeping our
cells running.
Yeah, and the cells running. Our musicals singing. I don't know.
Our Hawk powered.
Our Hawk powered. There you go. Yes, exactly. That's a good one too. Let's get into some quick news before we get into the trailer breakdown. This Monday, the first session, full session, I should say, of Strange New Adventures, our actual play Star Trek Adventures podcast that we play with our patrons that I GM. will be available to the public after first being exclusive to our patrons for a month. So everybody's going to get to listen to session 1 very soon. Can't wait for everyone to hear that. Speaking of Star Trek Adventures actual play podcasts, there are some really good ones out there. And I really want to put a focus on our friends over at Starship Tempest. They are one of them. And just check this out for me real quick.
Starship Tempest is a genre-bending podcast that blurs the line between an play campaign and a professionally designed audio drama. At first, you'll feel like you're at the table with a group of Trekkie friends laughing and carrying on. But before you know it, you'll be invested in the characters and events in an all-original Star Trek story. Check us out at starshiptempest.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And as we like to say on the show, stay safe, be kind, and we'll see you out there.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you.
I forgot to unmute my mic. You couldn't hear that. You couldn't hear the ad.
No, but I'm hearing on my phone, and it was just us being silent. And I was like, I am very confused what's going on.
On YouTube, did everybody hear the ad? Let us know if you heard the ad at all, please. And if you didn't, I will try and replay it.
You're saying you need to get the landlines.
Yeah, I know. Okay, they did hear the ad on YouTube land. Okay, cool. Sorry, I forgot to unmute my mic after the ad. Yeah, so what I was saying was Starship Tempest, they're good friends of ours. They're also like a great inspiration for me as we were getting Strange New Adventures off the ground. And just like helping me how to like format the game, learn the rules of the game. So if you like TTRPGs like Dungeons and Dragons or Star Trek Adventures, check them out. Starship Tempest, they are back doing new episodes. They just started up again, I think, at the beginning of the month. So go ahead and check them out. Anything else news-wise? Did you decide to talk about the thing or not?
No, but I was at WonderCon, and it was really fun. I didn't talk about WonderCon at all because I was not here. I don't know. Was I here? But it was really cool, and not enough Star Trek stuff, but we're going to offer more panels to see more Trekkies. I mean, I was on a panel with Nicholas Meyer. I would say that. He was a very charming man and very funny, and we had a blast. To anybody who was in the attendance, it was great. It totally overshadowed ours. Like, people didn't come to listen to us. People came to listen to Nicholas Meyer. And me on the panel, I was still listening to Nicholas Meyer. We're like, huh? So, yeah.
You can't really blame people, right?
Huh?
Can't really blame people, right? Like, it's Nicholas Meyer,
I was also like, I'm going to shut up because I'd rather listen to what he has to say. He quizzed the people in attendance on Shakespeare and Star Trek episode titles and from which play of Shakespeare they were coming, and nobody knew. I mean, I knew, but I didn't want to be the only one knowing.
You should have. You just should have made like everybody look bad. I think it would have been epic. Yeah.
And but yeah, he's definitely a character, and it was just very interesting to also, I would say, hear the vision that I would call it the old guard, but like people that were maybe doing like those things before all that money was dumped on, and before, I think maybe before the streaming platforms that changed a lot of how things are made and also how fandom is considered. It was really interesting to hear his thoughts on that. But yeah, he was also writing stuff in a little like notebook just next to me through the panel, and I was so curious to know what he was writing because there was nothing of interest to be writing.
You didn't try to like pocket the thing and be like, what is in Nicholas Meyer's little notebook?
Like crossing things over, and I was like, what is that?
He has a secret journal.
Yeah, and everybody kept asking me after, what was he writing in the notebook? And I'm like, I don't know. But
Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, speaking of conventions, we have more fun convention stuff coming up. Trek Long Island is at the end of May. We know our schedule. Don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it yet. I'm waiting for an email back. When I know, you'll know. It's a lot of fun. We have some kick-ass stuff planned. So, yeah. Lastly, Heroes and Villains. Go check them out. They don't actually have like much of their Star Trek stock anymore, but like,
Which is good. They're selling.
it is good. But if it comes back in stock, this Galileo shirt is dope. It's like a baseball tee. I love it. I wear it any chance I get. It's like really nice too for warm weather. It's like thin. Love that. You can get 20% off your first order using our code STRANGE. That is in the US only. Apologies. Let's keep this thing moving. Let's get into the Strange New Loop. Draft, I'm just debating like having you be the sound for now on because it was like wild turkey. It was amazing.
I'm here to serve.
No Nagilum Julian today. My face is here, so we're good. Here's the Strange New Loop. We're going to talk about this in some depth in a little bit, but one thing is for sure, the holodeck was one thing we were not expecting to see in Strange World Season 3. So let's reverse the question. Is there a piece of technology or something retro you've expected to see in Strange New Worlds that has not shown up yet? I have an answer myself, but if you guys want to go, I'll let you go first.
This is a tough one.
It is a tough one.
Yeah.
Because they did a lot of different things. I mean, I would love me some classic agonizer.
Oh,
like
yes.
the button ones, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Fun fact: the couch in the Empath is just a giant version of the button.
Is it
The
really?
agonizer button. Yeah, it is.
That's really funny.
Technology we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, there's some
I
some
think,
things.
Like
Oh,
something like Spock's brain technology.
that's the
within-
only thing I could think of, and I
Really?
totally thought that you were going to take that one. But yeah, what about the technology they use for Spock's brain? That would be hilarious. I mean, the only other thing I can think of that we haven't seen at this point in Strange New Worlds is grapplers.
Grapplers. They mentioned grapplers.
I love grapplers.
Lon loves them. yeah.
Lon does love grapplers. That's a good answer, Hawk.
I would have said food cubes, but
Damn it.
we're gonna see them during the
Are we?
trailers.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck. I was gonna say, where are my food cubes?
I was gonna say food cubes too, but then I remember they're in the trailer, so I'm like,
I just
okay.
watched the episode with the Kelvins, and like they're feeding the guy, and he's all happy eating the food cubes, and then Scotty gets him wasted. Yeah. Food cubes would be my answer, but I didn't know they were in the trailer. I have to look harder. Apparently, you could show me. I have like every still. Maybe I didn't take a picture of that
a
one.
good Romulan clocking device.
Like the big one that
Scotty could just like screw it up because it doesn't exist in Stranger World yet, but that would be fun. Anyway.
Eric the Red says retro laser pistols from the cage.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that'd be a good one.
yeah. I don't think we're gonna get that.
Maybe one of those cases that
Yeah,
they
everybody
use for the
wants the laser
Medusans.
guns. The what? The cases?
Yeah, like remember the case that they use for the Medusan?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Even just a little nod, it's
Yep.
like in storage or something.
Dana says also laser gun. I think she's talking about the big laser gun from the cage. And then looking forward to more Batless as well. We do know we're gonna have Klingons again this season, so that's some trippy shit
zombie
in the
Klingons.
trailer. Yeah, dude, we're gonna talk about that. Yeah, food cubes. I sometimes wish, even though I like the sound of the bridge, that the buttons had a little bit more of that like cheesy 60s sound, more like tactile, more like hearing them get pressed in, like
bonk, bonk, bonk.
They look like candy also.
They
I like
do.
the one in TOS. They don't look like buttons at all. Something like this. Yeah.
yeah.
Also the styrofoam cup for the coffee
Yeah.
that they painted. They
Oh.
painted silver.
Dude, how many times did Jim get handed a pad from a yeoman to write? I want one of those too. Yeah. Yep. Give me one.
You
Are we
got
sure
the
we
end
have-
and
Actually,
one by Cisco.
give me a yeoman. Have we seen a yeoman yet?
Probably. They're not
Probably.
really like, we don't know what everybody's doing in that ship yet. There's just like a lot of randos roaming, I feel.
It's true. It's true. Cool. Good answers. Good answers. Should we get into just playing the trailer?
I think
Just
so.
do it. All right, let's do that. You guys will need to watch it on YouTube because I'm not going to share my screen for that. And then yeah, we will talk about it. All right, here we go. We are going to watch the Strange New Worlds trailer.
We want to give audiences a reflection of their own world through the lens of fantasy. You know, science fiction.
All of that with weekly space adventures?
Let's hit it. Our reality has been changed.
I see it. I don't believe it.
Exciting, isn't it?
Good morning.
Good morning, bye.
Your host is dead, and one of you murdered him.
I got here just in time, Ben. We're going to wire the Enterprise.
Hello?
It's for you.
Port thruster standing by.
Do you realize how rare a show like this is?
Indeed.
We only have one shot.
That's all we need.
Hang on!
You know, Mr. Scott, we make a pretty good team.
All right. All right. There it is. The Strange New World Season 3 teaser trailer. It's a fun trailer. I actually really like the music in it. Let's talk about favorite moments from the trailer real quick. Hawk, what was your favorite moment from the trailer?
Oh, let's see. So far, I guess my favorite moment is like the whole retro episode they seem to be going for, and that big like levers and that candy colored like little tape machine spinning in the background. I don't know what's that's going to be. Is that a holodeck adventure like a la, Captain Proton? I don't know. It looks cool.
Captain Proton is in black and white, please. It's retro.
And this is Inglorious Technicolor.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
Yeah, Giraffe.
think I'm curious about the zombies because of Enterprise.
The Vulcans.
Yeah.
The Vulcan
The
zombies.
Vulcans.
Yeah. But I know there's I don't even know what they're gonna do, but you know, a girl can dream. And I think Trelane is gonna be fun.
I feel like it can't not be. I mean, it obviously could suck, but I think it's
the hair is a big giveaway, right? The style and
the
but
jacket, the sideburns.
jacket,
the thing
the
that's
bar, the snap. Like, yeah. I would say that honestly, the thing that is making me the most curious is retrofitting the Enterprise with cables. I'm
Dude,
like,
for real. Yeah.
I'm into this.
Yeah.
I'm a girl. I'm an 80s kid. I like a good rotary phone. So
And Pelia's got like thousands of them. It's great.
yeah, exactly.
that's just her collecting. That's her collecting crap, right?
All right. Hold on.
Wait.
Let's call it what it is. Palia is a hoarder. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fact, but that's okay because it's coming in handy and saving the ship apparently. So, you know.
It's all in the buffer of the transporter.
What's in the buffer? Oh, all of her shit.
Yeah. Tens and tens of rotary phones.
Oh my God. Eric goes the use of old phones. So BSG. Yes.
Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yes. I'm trying to think if I have a favorite moment. So I really liked seeing why am I going to forget the name? Eric's race being a bartender in Indosian, I believe. Which is really cool. I'm just really interested in this very fancy, like, official Federation soiree that's happening in the episode. Like, they're drinking out of official Starfleet glassware. It's like this beautiful location on Starbase One. Yeah, that they're never gonna. No, they did sell those to us.
Really?
Yeah, they really did. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I like soirees, so we'll see. Let's see. Willing to bet the couldn't use comms because of enemies listening in. Always a good bet. Romulans always. Yeah. Edosian. Yes. Thank you, Chris.
Ocean, yeah.
Yep. How about a least favorite moment, Hawk?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't want to be a hater in that, but like honestly, I'm just not that interested in Spock and Chapel.
I was
And
gonna say Spock too.
no, and it looks like it's gonna, it's definitely gonna be taking up some of our time this season.
Yeah.
So
I guess your answer is both the same, and I know that I'm the outlier. I like the romance, I like the drama, but what I don't like in my 1 minute and 4 second trailer is that you have to show us again that this is something that's going to be a thing. Like I don't mind it, and if it's interesting, I'll take it. But like we know what's going to happen. Give us like a little nugget of something else in the teaser, you know?
Yeah, I think it's just like that's all that we see Spock doing, and like I don't think any of us like really, as much as I'm here for like Spock doing his things, I'm like that's all he's been doing. Can he does can he do some science and like I don't know,
the
cool
stuff that makes him Spock.
cool science stuff. Like yeah. It's also like kind of the only thing we see Chapel doing also, which is an other bag of worms.
Well,
Yeah.
we're hoping that obviously isn't the only thing this season, because we know that Corby got cast. So hopefully that's there somewhere in the season. I mean, I'm assuming it is. That Spock Chapel scene does look, and we'll go in our breakdown in a second, look a little dreamlike. So we'll see.
But they already did that.
Mhm.
Spock having dreams. Like
I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
It's just that in a trailer that seems to maximize like all the craziness that this season seems to be offering, and that it just feels a little okay. What else you got?
I will say that, and to Eric's point here, I thought Chapel was leaving the ship, haha, even though I like Jess Bush. There's going to be some kind of time move forward, because obviously Uhura needs time to grow her hair out as well, from the beginning of season 3 to whenever. So I think there's going to be like a month or a year somewhere, like 1 year later. So maybe she went and did the thing, met Corby, comes back, we get flashbacks or some shit. Like, I don't know.
I don't think she even needs a month in that. I mean, it is the future in that. If you want long hair in that,
take
you
a
really
pill.
just go to your barber in that. They probably have tools for like lengthening hair.
The thing is that we still see Chapel just being promiscuous.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. Let's slide by slide this baby. Let's go. I'm gonna share my screen here. Do. Technology. All right. I think that looks profesh.
It's the Enterprise.
It's the Enterprise.
Another Enterprise.
So, this is going to be interesting. I'm not going to be able to, I think I can read the chat. So yeah, it's the Enterprise. Not really anything to talk about here. She's pretty. We know that. What do we think about this? What do we think about the hair, the retro look here, like old TOS style Trek?
I'm more interested in the film grain, like in the color, like I don't know what it is that whole RBG thing and that they did back in the 60s, and no other show really looked like it, right?
Star Trek? No, definitely not. No.
I mean, it's very well inspired from TOS, because you recognize like the kind of movement and colors of it, but I like that it's not, very thighs, where she's not naked.
Right.
Basically.
The costumes are actually really cool looking.
No titillation,
Yeah.
But yeah, the makeup looks like, very beautiful, and yeah, I look forward to seeing that. The hairstyle, yeah. All the wigs.
We get Ortega's wig here. Some people hate this, apparently.
Really?
They don't like the wig here. I know. I think Matt Harker does not like the Ortega's wig.
I love the classic TOS lighting. Like the pink and the green and the turquoise on the walls.
The eyes.
Like just the decor, like those like bright colors. You know, that's my favorite thing about TOS. It's how absolutely unhinged it is color wise. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the shoulders, but
Oh yeah,
Bernadette
you
Crafts
never
loves her
you
shoulders.
she does, and you hate shoulders like
I hate
passionately.
shoulders. Yeah, I can't. It's bulky, and I don't know how to make them. Also, that's why.
There
Always
it
pain in my ass.
is.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. Then we get obviously Captain Kirk or Commander Kirk, whatever he is at this point. This is cool.
Well, I know the whatever he has as insignia, but I cannot place it.
So,
but I know that thing.
It's is it something different? It's like I thought it was just supposed to be kind of like exaggerated Starfleet.
It feels like
No.
exaggerated stuff. It feels
It's like a circle with like a star, and it's something I know, but right now it's nowhere in my brain. But I know that symbol.
like it feels like they've been snatched up and placed in some sort of like some sort of fantasy like show for a celestial. I don't know.
Jim McMahon says it's Star Trek meets The Rocketeer. That's a great way to.
I'm just gonna say I'm gonna talk about that book again. But if you've not read Red Shirts, but Scalzi by John Scalzi, you should read it. And it's a story of like people who are basically in Star Trek and realize that they're in Star Trek. Like they're red shirts and like they're actually dying. And then they realize like it's like not the real, like they're like a fantasy world kind of, but it's their reality. And it's a great book. And it gives me like something like this, where like they're stuck in a fantasy world, but it's actually like a real world. So I'm here. Like, what is the episode of TNG? Sorry, Casino Royale.
The
Yes.
Royale.
The Royale,
Royale.
yeah.
Yep. By the way, I have to say Paul Wesley has got the 60s Kirk look on the face right now, like very perfect.
Just like the jawline is particularly accentuated in the shot, by the lighting.
It's such a good shot. There's a moment where I think like he sits in the chair too, and it's just like very Shatner-esque. Very
great lighting again, like that. Exactly how they were doing the lighting on TOS.
Yeah,
like with the shadows and stuff.
Yeah, look at the way he's sitting in the chair here. Like, yeah, he actually.
Those buttons, though. Imagine if you get your head smacked on the console.
You're dead.
Oh,
you're possibly dead. Yeah,
at least gonna take out 9.
What the first thing that I thought when I saw this specific shot reminded me of episode 200 of SG-1 when the team were like making fun of Star Trek, and Ben Browder was in like the I don't know, like the Prometheus or the Daedalus is like captain's chair. It was really funny. Yeah. This is a great shot. Kirk confused resting face. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, here it is. Let's talk theories. Who's got one?
I mean,
Hot go, because I hate it. So I do say something nice.
it feels like they've been transported to the future. This is like TNG era technology and that. So at some point, like this doesn't exist in the TOS era and that. It's hard to come up with a theory of this. It's directly tied to TNG just by the design.
Yeah. Draft, what about
you? I'm just disappointed it's at TNG holodeck, I mean, there is, in TAS, the animated series, there is like a recreation room where they can that is kind of a holodeck, like very clearly. And I felt that if they wanted to bring the holodeck all the way to TOS, they could, it's not like it's a known technology, especially like you have a few like shore leave hints at like the possibility of doing this. So, they could like wiggle around.
There's that
idea.
Enterprise episode when they're on the killer space station.
Yeah,
the technology exists.
There's totally a way like to wiggle around having like a archaic kind of holodeck. The fact it's a TNG holodeck, I'm like, I hope that they're actually transported to the future, or that maybe it's Trey Lane showing them the future, or like something like this, like Q does, like just I'm gonna show you what's in store for you. But yeah, I'm like, It's doing things that are done by other series and that are well done on other series, and maybe don't like go there. Like they don't have holodecks, so don't do a holodeck episode. I don't know. Or find something else. Yeah.
Like, I don't doubt they have the holodeck technology in this era, and that it's just they make the excuse that it probably wasn't put onto the Enterprise because it was like they considered it a non-essential function.
They had a bowling alley. Give me an episode about this.
Yeah, right.
But for example, Enterprise, did a very good episode around, and that's not often that I say that, so please praise. But they did a very good episode about the origin of the transporter, how the transporter was.
They did,
invented.
and it was good.
And there's 2 episodes, and it's great episode. It's really interesting, and I feel that the development of the holodeck is something that is never talked about. Like, how did it become such a thing, and how is it like? We know that there's waste removal and all that, but what is the origin of the holodeck on Starship? I would love to know that. If it's actually about this, I would be super interested. But again, it's a TNG holodeck, so that can't be that.
Well, no, see, I disagree. So Jim McMahon said this is the origin of the holodeck episode, and I actually do think that's exactly what this is. If you think about the look of the TNG holodeck, it's a pretty fucking boring look, right? It's iconic now to us, right? But it's black with yellow grid, right? Like that's it. It's nothing. A lot of things give me the idea that this is what this is. One, if you go to the murder mystery screenshots that we'll see in a little bit, there's no one else in there but our crew, right? It's not populated with anyone. I think this is an early version. We also know that Starfleet from the Kelvinverse and other pieces of Trek literature and media, that Starfleet likes having Spock test shit, including prisons. He has a pad in his hand here. I think this is them testing one of the first. I think this is not on the Enterprise. I think this is on Starbase 1. And I think that they're testing one of the first ever holodecks. And I think that's...
Yeah, because the crew of the Enterprise has nothing fucking else to do.
Well, listen, it's like they're the flagship. They get preferential treatment. So...
number of time the holodeck tries to kill people. Like...
Yeah. And I mean, this is a Hollywood murder mystery, and maybe the person that's dead is actually dead. Like,
Okay, you know what? If it's that, then I'm into it.
Yeah.
If it's like just like we travel them in the future just because we want to do a holodeck,
then
like,
that's lame, right? Yeah.
Forced stories. I'm not here for it, but yes.
This looks like a blue sun, and there's a crashed shuttle that I had to cut out, unfortunately, but it's down there. We also see like that blue explosion hitting the Enterprise later, so this might be something tied to that. A great shot of number 1, killing it with the eye makeup as always, by the way. Love our Una. And Benga living his life, living his dream in sick bay. We also have like a hottie nurse here. So seeing some like background medical characters. Maybe this is Chapel's replacement while she's not on the ship. This is a very basic screenshot I'm kind of grasping here, but if anybody had any thoughts, I think that might be a good thought.
Maybe it's Bones.
Oh my God.
No, I'm joking. They would never
Would
do that.
you imagine? Would you fucking imagine?
Listen,
do you understand the outrage?
Yeah. Listen, I'd be here for that.
I would too. I would too.
But also, if there's one series that would never do that, it's Strange New World. They would never dare. They would never dare. That was just chaotic, intrusive thoughts. Sorry.
Hashtag Bones confirmed.
Also, he would not be wearing white.
No, he wouldn't. No, he'd be a doctor already. Here he is, the man, the myth,
Okay,
the legend. Here we go. Go off.
Hawk, go.
It's either a Q or it is, well, I mean, Trelane was definitely a Q, but I mean, I think we're looking at Trelane here. Blonde, though. I mean, they changed the color, but I mean, it's the hairstyle that really gives it away, right? The pomp, the pompadour, and
the sideburns, man.
Yep.
And the coat, and the little medals, and the bar.
Yeah. But I do gotta admit, I am excited that we were getting like an omnipotent being back into Star Trek again.
Is that the bar of the Enterprise?
It
Where are
is.
they?
That's the Enterprise
The
bar.
bar of the
Yep.
Enterprise, yeah.
Yeah, it's green.
So
Yeah.
the good thing is that I'm wondering is like if it's older Trelane. I mean, Trelane doesn't, age, but maybe he's like coming back from the the TOS
Oh
episode,
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
and to avoid from the fake for I don't know, stop them or I don't know, but I think it's cool. It's one of those characters that was never explained, never revisited, never just here randomly. And if they link him to Q's, I actually would not be mad.
I think it's way past time that they do that anyway. I think
Mhm.
I think it was dumb that was never just flat out said that Trelane is a Q. Yeah. Gene in chat, that jacket though, I have to talk about this jacket. Usually Giraffe's talking about fashion. The dragon lace or whatever you want to call that is all 3D printed and then
Really?
put onto the jacket. It is fucking incredible.
I'm learning how to do that. Maybe you've seen I like 3D printed stuff for Storm.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting as a way to like make fabrics. Yeah. They've been doing that since season 1.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. Like all their uniforms are all 3D printed also.
Yeah.
Like the insignia and stuff. Like the patterns on the shoulders. It's all like
So
printed
this is
on the
actual
fabric.
fabric, right?
No, it's not fabric.
Oh.
It's like different materials.
Yeah.
that you
It's like
can
plastic. It's
print.
like plastic, right? It's
yeah.
you know?
It's like flax. It's like some flexible material that you can print on the fabric. It's like an applique if you want, but printed directly on it. So you put your fabric and you print it on it.
That's very cool.
Jim McMahon has a theory that this could also be Trelane's father, who we did hear in TOS.
That's
which is
the
a
only
great
thing
theory
that-
as well.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of made me think it, like Trelane was not a Q was the fact that Trelane obviously had parents who identified themselves as his parents, and that, and as
Well, we know the Q can have children. They just don't
but that they
often.
just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
not
Q
until
has a son. No?
He does. Yeah. No,
he does. Yeah, but that that whole thing was preceded by a civil war between them.
True.
Yeah.
Either way, this is dope and exciting. Can't wait for it. I know Giraffe, you've had some opinions. You don't think they should have spoiled it in the trailer.
Yeah, I'm disappointed they spoil it because, like, I mean, everybody when they said that Rhys Darby was joining TOS, and they were like, "It's a known character, but not a legacy." I don't know. I don't remember how they say that, but it was stupid. It was like, nah. And everybody was like, "It's Trelane," and well, it's very clearly Trelane. Everybody kind of like suspected it because Rhys Darby has like the face for playing Trelane.
Mhm.
But I don't know. It's like you see his whole thing. You see him snap. You see him. It's a bit too much. And I know a lot of people don't watch trailer for this reason. But I was like, oh, I guess we're right.
Yeah. I can't.
just-
I would
yeah.
laugh my ass off if we're wrong, which I doubt we are.
Well, it's
but-
gonna be one episode also. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just interested in his performance in that. I mean, they've
Oh,
they've obviously recast like major legacy characters before and that, and like sometimes you get good results. Rainn Wilson as Harry Mudd.
I find this set just gorgeous, or CG, whatever you want to call it, AR wall. This is on. You could tell this is Starbase 1 because of the biome. I have a feeling this is where the soiree is happening. That we see. It could be
Where they're testing the holodeck also.
or where they're testing the maybe. Yeah.
It's a one thing. It's all the
Yeah.
things together.
We see some ships. I like ships. We have this could be the Farragut in the corner. This is another Constitution. This is probably the Enterprise. Ships for days. Love ships. Cool set. Blah. We're gonna skip that.
Sorry. Okay.
I think it's for the best. All right,
we're good.
we have not Timothy Chalamet and Uhura here. Uhura maybe getting her flirt on or just having a nice drink with a young boy. We get Ortegas in the background in a nice dress uniform. Soiree, man. I love these glasses. and I
So
want
they
to know what to
sold these.
drink.
They sold these glasses to us.
They did.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
Giraffe, what do you think about these earrings?
Love them.
Yeah, I
Very
figured you
cute.
would.
But see the shoulders, man.
Oh, you don't like the fluff?
No,
No.
I'm not for like big shoulders on dresses. I
So
know.
what-
I know.
Why is Ortega in a formal dress uniform and that she's in civilian wear?
That's
I wonder if
actually a
that's-
very good question.
Because she's not an officer.
Who? Uhura?
Uhura.
Yeah, she is. She's an ensign by
Yeah,
season 2.
She's not a grade officer. Like she's not a.
You still wear
lieutenant
dresses.
or-
You still wear dress.
Maybe not. Maybe not here.
Oh, maybe not. Oh, yeah.
Maybe Ortega just wanted. Maybe they did the joke to Ortega again to come in. her
Maybe
dress
this is an
uniform.
engagement party and she's
May-
like gotten engaged to someone.
Or maybe they told Ortega's to come in her.
Oh, maybe Uhura
like
They're
reverse
hazing
reverse
again.
joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. I've zoomed in too far and now there we go. All right, Dojin, yay. This is really cool. I'm trying to this says United Federation plans up here. This does not say Enterprise, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
Centennial.
Centennial. okay.
Centennial.
Does
Oh,
it-
is it Centennial? Well,
First-
Centennial has an I, no?
Yeah, after the
That's
end.
not how you spell Centennial.
Oh yeah, you're
Nah.
right. No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the foreigner here.
No, you're not wrong. No, I don't know. Maybe it's not. Okay. Anyway, we'll figure that out. Cool party though. I want to be able to mix drinks like this. Let's talk about this guy.
Patton Oswalt.
The Hawk, you immediately said something. What do you think? Romulan, Vulcan? Neither?
Oh. It's got to be Vulcan. You know, Romulans
Yeah.
aren't a thing at this point, right? So definitely definitely Vulcan. You know, I think they were just trying to throw us off with the little hints of with the padding and the green and everything. But
I like
no.
this, like,
I mean, with informal wear, flowers,
roses, red roses.
And what do you call that? The wreath, like around his neck.
It
what
looks
is
like a
that?
chain wreath, like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
mark of office.
Yeah, or something like this, like congratulation. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm here for it.
Yep. I
Mhm.
love Patton Oswalt. If you don't know, Patton Oswalt is a massive nerd. He was on Agents of Shields a lot. Dude is a big nerd.
I just had a thought.
Yeah,
What
hit
if
it.
What if he plays like just a guy from T'Pring's past who just didn't get over her?
Oh, jeez. Like we need more in the love triangle, but that could be good.
Yeah, I don't know. about
Because
that.
Patton Oswalt did this Rick and Morty episode where he played one of those all-consuming consciousness, and it turned out to be one of those guys who was just hanging out till Unity was single.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Maybe he's the reason for the party. Maybe he's getting honored for something. Maybe he's the new ambassador, a new something. I don't know.
Gene says, I hope he's here to woo Captain Pike.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
I don't think he is, but
no, I mean,
No,
we could
probably
dream.
not.
Yeah.
I'd be here for it.
All right, here we go. Screenshots from the murder mystery. We are getting like 1970s aesthetic here. We know this episode is.
I'm sorry. I just want to address something on the chat. It's not
Oh.
Stone. We've seen Stone on the
Yep.
season 2.
Yeah, that's not.
No,
Stone.
that's not him.
Yep.
We've seen
Season
him. He's not the
one.
same actor.
Yeah.
Season 1. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember when
Yep.
we were speaking about Cybok and it was cool?
Yep. Where are you, Cybok? Okay. Jonathan Frakes, Hollywood murder mystery. Turns out it's actually I thought they were gonna do like a Hollywood murder mystery like on the Enterprise. I did not expect on the holodeck.
Mm.
But cool. I love the costumes a lot. I love the vibe going here. What do we think?
I wonder if they're not doing like something with different decades of TV, like a little bit WandaVision, because like we have like the very 60s space program. Now we have like 70s murder mystery. Like I don't know. I hope they're all connected.
It's like one
maybe-
episode.
Yeah, maybe they the holodeck is going crazy and the whole place is turning into different.
Oh, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the same people. Is it the same people? No, it's not.
It's some of them.
That's
Like
Spike, but there's no Kirk, so I don't know.
no, Kirk's in here. I'm gonna show him in a second.
Okay.
Yep. Let me pull him up. There he is.
Yeah, so maybe it's that. Maybe they're just going from era to era, like a little bit like the Prodigy episode,
Yeah.
where they go from like different like holodeck programs from the different people on the crew.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's Lon's, and before the 60s, that was Kirk's. You know.
The only thing that I would say kind of dispels that theory is that they took great pains to make the other one look TV accurate for the time, whereas this is it mostly just looks like their traditional set.
Oh no,
like
no, see, I don't know if I agree with that. What's that movie? American is it American Gangster with Amy Adams and Bradley Cooper?
American Hustle.
American Hustle.
American
This
Hustle,
has
yeah,
like
yeah.
that American Hustle kind of like vibe to it. This does give me 70s like aesthetic.
But I see what you mean. Like the grain is not
The grain,
normal
yeah.
The grain
format
is not there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so the other thing that I want to say that I think would point to this all being one episode is I'm going to call out some of our collective members. I'm sorry. I do love you guys, but there's been a lot of hate being thrown towards our man Paul Wesley here. And
Why?
Because people are like, "Oh, I don't want like every season's got Kirk. I don't want Kirk. This is supposed to be Pike's Enterprise," which yes, I love Captain Pike. That's the reason I started the fucking podcast. But also, like, I feel like you can't have this story without Kirk. And I think Paul Wesley has done an incredible job. Anyway, I think what people fail to realize, except in season 2, which made sense because again, Anson Mount was on maternity leave. He was only in one episode of Stranger Worlds in season 1. He was in 3 in season 2 again because I think Anson was on paternity leave. And
one was not even like.
And I will say that it's not like any of the times that he was on screen in those episodes, it was a bad performance. Every time he was on screen, it was a good performance.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, I think this is like 1. I think he's in 1, like a 1 and done, maybe 2 this season. It's not like he's dominating the series, you know? I think it's fun to see him like meeting Scotty and meeting Spock for the first time and meeting Uhura and interacting with her. Like, it's okay to have Jim. It's okay. And it's a great actor we have. I think we should feel blessed and not annoyed. That's just my opinion. Give me everybody. Maybe don't give me Bones yet. I don't need Bones yet. No. Anyway, so we have this, and then dude, Jim
Shatner lighting.
Shatner lighting. Jim McMahon said immediately made me think Agent Carter. I thought Carmen Sandiego. I love the red hat, but this is an awesome look. I love everything about this screenshot. Just this look is amazing. Like, Jess Bush is giving like Robin Wright from Forrest Gump here. It's awesome. Loving so much about this. Okay, so just some like cool cast photos, like seeing some of our like returning characters, right? Like we have number 1, we have Ortegas, we have Lieutenant Mitchell. It's nice to see like our bridge crew stay together, right? Like even though Lieutenant Mitchell's not in the Wrong Fu, isn't in the opening credits, like she's a mainstay on Strange New Worlds, and I think that's awesome. Do you guys like seeing that?
I'm so happy. We're talking Discovery like on Monday, and there's something that, I kind of miss is having like the feeling that there are a lot of people on the crew and they're all having their lives. Like we see that on Holodecks, like there's like randos coming in and out and everybody knows their name and it's just like, move Jennifer or stuff like this, And I miss that, the feeling that there are more people on the crew and that everybody here has also personal stories with a lot of different people and not just in between themselves. So yeah, I'm always glad to see more people.
Yep, absolutely. Just remember, like Colin Meaney and that, like, was always, not featured in the credits for the first few years and that. Or did he ever make?
Not in TNG, man.
Not in TNG, no. But how could you say he wasn't a part of the crew?
No, he was, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, love seeing this.
Okay.
I love this image, not necessarily even because of Palea, but the gaggle of red shirts behind her. I can't help but just to see all dead men. It's
Oh, Julian.
I think that for this episode where they're gonna hardwire the Enterprise, I'm gonna bring back the red shirt counter because I think some red shirts are gonna die.
I love the red shirts with the thing to hold
tricorder,
the strap, to hold the tricorder. It's like really cool. And they had, I don't know if it's what it is. I don't think it's what it is, but there's like some episodes of TIS where they have a belt with a strap also, and that's pretty cool. I don't know, like when they have like different stuff than just the uniform. But yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but have we ever seen the brooch just above her insignia?
She had it on all last season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't
No,
notice.
it's okay. Yep, that's like it's a lanthanite thing.
Right.
Yep. Palea with all of her shit. And those are 2 rotary phones like we used to have in our house in her hands. And this, I have a feeling this episode is directed by Frakes just by the 3-frame.
Yeah.
As well, right?
Yep.
This
Is that joysticks? They're using joysticks, right?
Yeah, I don't think that
Yes.
like regular like future instruments work on the Enterprise in this episode, and they have to do things the old way.
I think they're flying the ship, and
Yeah.
Ortega is giving like visual cues, and they're like moving the ship left and right with
Yep.
joysticks.
Yep. Dude, this is gonna be fun.
I bet this has to do with a big wave that hits them. It probably knocks out every like electronic that they have. and
Or
this
like
is the-
non-tactile electronic, right? Like,
Mhm.
yeah. This is gonna be dope. I'm stoked for whatever this is gonna be. Yeah, this big ass wave. It looks like a possible like planet exploding. Like Praxis.
Or something hitting the planet, and I
Yeah.
don't know if it's coming. It's coming out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that ship has
Yeah.
a weird angle, huh?
Yeah, it's definitely getting hit.
It looks like some sort of plasma explosion to me.
Yeah. These 2 together gonna be fun. We got Scotty and we got Uhura. What do we think about Scotty joining the cast full time this season? Is that a welcome? Is it maybe we should have had Palea for like one more season doing her own thing, or is it nice to have Scotty?
We
I
didn't
like-
get Pilia a lot.
No.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I did love Scotty's performance in that. It depends on how much they use him this season, though. You know, it's the only conflict would be if it's like it's more Scotty than Palea and that, you know, because it was a cool thing like casting Carol Kane last season. I just hope she gets enough kind of screen time in the show.
If they have the money, because I can tell you that Scotty is cheaper than
Yeah.
Carol
Mhm.
Kane.
That's true.
The only thing I don't want is a Scotty Uhura romance.
Yeah,
I
no, fuck
will-
that. Yeah.
I will burn down everything because when they tried to do it, was it in Star Trek 6? When was it?
5.
5?
The
Yeah.
Final Frontier.
Yeah. Everybody was like, where is that coming from?
Yeah.
Like out of nowhere, left turn. And so, yeah, I hope they're not hinting at this because no, thank you. Do not go give them the Spock and Chapel treatment. We still
Please
want them
no.
to do cool stuff.
Yes.
Scotty's first love was the ship.
Yep. First and only.
Exactly.
Yeah. Gene writes, I'm going to enjoy watching Palea aggressively bullying Scott. Hell yeah. I like Scotty. I like the actor.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
We're gonna finally have a real accent on Star
Yeah,
Trek.
a real
That's gonna
Scott playing.
Be
Yeah,
wild.
yeah. Thanksgiving
See the food cubes? Do you see them on the table, Julian?
in the
At
back. In the back.
Yes.
I see them.
There they are.
I do not lie.
Ah, food cubes.
And you notice everything.
Damn.
I totally
I mean, they
see.
are really bright, and I did miss them. But I think we have some cranberry sauce here. Like, I think
Yeah.
this is Thanksgiving dinner.
Hey, it's the only holiday that is canon. You know that, right?
Yeah.
On the Enterprise, That's during Charlie X that they're Charlie X
Yeah.
because all the turkeys disappeared from the oven.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do we think this is Hadi Uhura was talking to earlier?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
1000%. The question is like, is he a TOS character?
Oh.
And is he Charlie X? That'd be fun. Because another person that could like trigger the whole like holodeck thing would be Charlie X. But I don't think so. But they didn't know that kid. And that kid came from like a weird planet.
No, Charlie X I feel like was always like a
Yeah.
one. I just watched that episode again. I just
So
guys,
weird episode, huh?
in my fever dream, I basically of the flu, I just rewatched like all of TOS.
But yeah, that's Charlie X is a good episode because of all the singing. That's fun.
It is a good
But
episode.
yeah, I don't know. I wonder if he's like somebody. Maybe he's nobody, but I could be.
He's got
fun.
to be somebody, right? If he's like in Pike's quarters and
I
like
don't know. He could be like a character like Captain Angel
yeah, yeah,
that they made up, and why not?
yep.
But he's at a fancy soiree, and that was held by Starfleet, right?
Yeah.
So he's got to be.
Maybe he's like an
somebody.
ambassador or like some kid, like some like admiral's kid or something.
Mm.
Yeah,
Why is he all in black though?
Yeah, exactly.
because he's John Harrison.
Take that back.
No, I will not. Oh man.
Maybe he's Roger Kirby.
Oh. Shit. But I think the
Huh?
guy that cast is a little bit older.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
don't know who
and
they
he
cast,
has
I
like a
don't
more
remember.
chiseled chin. He's like an Irish guy. I think. I forget
okay.
his name. These look delicious, by the way. Like whatever these are, I think like maybe dumplings. I want them.
Hmm.
Also, I'll take the wine.
Potatoes.
But oh yeah, maybe potatoes. Yep, and food cubes on Thanksgiving. All right, let's go. Klingon, like season 1 Discovery style Klingon shuttle. What do we think about this?
I have no idea what's going on, but I'm here for it.
Yeah.
It looks like a battlefield also.
It
Don't you
does.
think?
It does.
And you know the pole that they have on the right, left, I don't know which way
This
you're
right
looking
here?
at the thing. Yeah, it looks like that thing that they put to like amplify transporters.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oh,
You know?
yeah, you're right.
I think we saw it in Prodigy, we saw it in Strange New World. Like they look like this thing like they put around like to
Yep.
boost transporter signal.
Yep.
So there's something going on that planet. There's also like rock flying you see on the back.
Yep.
Like I wonder
If you look closer at this shuttle, by the way, it's not in good shape. The glass is all broken out. This is like ripped here. Like this goes along with what we're talking about with this like being some kind of like zombie theme.
Mm.
Yeah, I was just about to point out Gene Kang wrote in that many Klingon ships really do look like birds, and that they've really stuck with that whole design concept
Yep.
around the Klingon ships, and that they're like terrifying, like looking birds of prey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Canadian goose.
Canadian goose.
They're terrifying.
Just going back to I took the screenshot because it's just a good looking screenshot of the whole crew, well, or most of the crew. I don't know. And Spock looks like he's about to get serious. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Ooh.
Klingon with fucking like chain spiked whip. I would not fuck with this guy.
No.
And see on the right, there's like more like kind of like signal boosting shenanigans.
Yeah,
going
there
on,
is.
like antennas
And like more
something.
stuff in the air here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
And
isn't
then-
they aren't on a Klingon prison.
Well,
planet, are
it's
they?
not snowy enough to be Repente.
Yeah.
So it's not.
But,
No.
I mean, like, I'm sure the Klingons had more.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Let's talk about this dude. Because
That guy was underground. Look at all these like roots and stuff
Mhm.
growing from him.
Yeah.
Like
his armor's cracked in all these different places. Here. Oh, sorry. Here.
okay,
His-
the previous Klingon was not a zombie, right?
No, he was not a zombie. The previous one.
I think he was probably he's probably fighting off a bunch of these things. Is this some sort of a fungal infection?
Or are we going like Last of Us?
Last of Us.
Maybe. Like, look at all the green stuff. Like, it's the roots, everything.
It's
Dude.
Carles. They're like resurrecting Carles. They're bringing him back.
That'd be wild. But dude, like this guy's like, it's just a skull with the ridges. Like the ridges look so cool here.
Is he moving in the?
He
in
is.
the
He
trailers?
like roars.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, cool.
Yeah. This is, I believe,
Number zombie running after him.
Yeah, this is the same planet. I think like more overgrown shit. This is like there's like I think 2 more zombie type deals behind him.
It smells of lost colonies that they didn't get, they forgot to go check on, like a little bit like this side of paradise kind of, when they're like, what about these people over there? And they go and they're like, oh, they should all be dead because the giant radiation wave or blah, blah, blah. And guess what? They're not. But yeah, classic TOS away mission. There's a lot of like interference, so they need to boost the signal for the transporter. Kind of like falls into place. But,
on your Kalis theory draft, Gene says, "Quick, get him his sex helmet." Yes. It does look like a screen grab from Walking Dead, Michelle. Absolutely. Pike. Oh, I guess I didn't put the screenshot of it, or maybe it's later, giving cover fire. This is definitely from the premiere.
Yep.
As they're fighting the Gorn.
Episode.
Yep. That is the biggest fucking photon torpedo button I've ever seen in my life.
It's in case you miss it. I don't know. You can smash it with your head.
Yeah, right?
It looks like a turntable. It's awesome.
I wonder.
It's cool looking.
It is cool looking. I do wonder if, excuse me for being super nerdy for a second, not like we do a Star Trek podcast, if every one of these separated yellow Johns here represent the amount of photon torpedoes on the ship.
It's the Enterprise. It's not Voyager.
So you're telling me they don't have unlimited photon torpedoes? That's very disappointing.
That's a shit ton of torpedoes, Julian.
Dude, you're
For
not
a
wrong.
science ship.
The Enterprise is, well, I guess at this time it's supposed to be a science ship, but yeah. Listen,
It's like the Titan
Yeah.
science ship.
Science ship. You knew Riker was like, can we convert that like antennae into a photon torpedo launcher, please?
Pimp my
Pimp my
ride.
ride, yeah. Oh man. Some crazy space shenanigans with the Enterprise. That's definitely a bubble shield, so I'm assuming like this is a sun I don't know. It's definitely shit going wrong. Right?
You know what it's not, and I'm disappointed it's not a Tholian web, because I would really like Tholians to be back.
But was that the first ever meeting between Starfleet and the Tholians in the Tholian web?
No, because
Oh,
they're an
Enterprise. You're right.
Mhm.
Shit. Yeah.
I know my shit.
Yeah,
Julian.
I
That's why I'm on a podcast.
Oh man. Yeah.
It's hard to say. I don't know. It looks like solar flares.
It does look like solar flares, but
something
it also
else
could not
entirely.
be. Yeah.
There's a ship behind them, no? What is that thing behind them?
Where? Like right here?
Yeah, what is that? It looks like there's a thing there.
Are you sure it's not just like a taut like?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I don't
Could be a
know.
trail. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Maybe it's what makes them like not able to use their technology and using the phones.
Oh yeah, that's a good guess. All right, Gorn face, get your Gorn face on.
God.
Giraffe is not impressed.
It looks ugly as shit.
It
I'm
does look-
sorry.
it does.
I like the fact that it's most probably a puppet. That is
Yeah.
cool.
Yes.
But all that for that, I'm like kind of like they're like a weird bastard between the Enterprise Gorn and a xenomorph, and I'm like, I like their eyes. Their eyes look
The eyes look really cool.
the eyes look like they're sentient. You know what I mean?
I also really like under its chin, like how reptilian that is. Like the spikes there. It just looks like when you pick up like a real iguana or like a lizard, right?
Can you zoom on that map? That's crazy.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
the teeth are the craziest part of it, right?
Look at that, dude. That's fucking gruesome.
But yeah, I don't know, all the saliva and stuff.
Yeah, like a real emphasis on it, like being some sort of like
Again, it's a warp capable civilization.
Okay.
With scientists and stuff.
I really hate to be the person that says this, but I'm gonna say it. So are the Klingons.
but the Klingons, like, I feel, for me, always the Klingon is like, we see the Klingon through the prism of the Federation.
That's
And
true.
that's what I liked Discovery on this, that they added so many layers to like politics and stuff. Because it's like the Gorn. We see the Gorns through the prism of the Federation. They're the enemy. And you never have a good picture of the complexity of an enemy, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I do wonder if this is actually like not attacking. This looks like it could be Ortega's. Like if it's maybe trying to communicate.
Talking,
Yeah.
spitting in their face.
Something.
Yeah. Or that's a red shirt and he's about to
To get just
die.
destroyed.
Just them die.
Straight up die.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought
I
I thought I was the red shirt killer here, Giraffe.
I would love to see that in an episode, though. It's the Gorn actually, they have a common purpose. It's like, if we don't help each other, we're not getting out of this situation.
Mm.
Like,
But
do-
is it the inside of a Gorn ship, though?
Yeah, I do think it is. I think that I don't think it's going to be as cut as dry as that they're just going to like blow up the Gorn in Hegemony Part 2 or whatever the name of the next episode is going to be. I do think that it's going to be something unique. We'll have to obviously wait and see.
Well, we know that the Gorn in Germany is a big deal in the 32nd century. So, like, it's
Yeah.
interesting. I hope they develop it and it's not just like, let's shoot the monster.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yep. La'an, I believe again, this is like on board a
shooting the
Gorn ship,
monster.
shooting the monster. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there goes that dream.
Look at
Yeah, right.
that.
I think this is inside the Gorn ship.
That is insane.
Yeah, it's a cool set.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how much of that is AR wall. Probably a lot, but
I love the,
The back
like,
stuff, definitely. But they,
Oh, yeah,
do,
the back stuff
they
is, yeah.
definitely take the time to have the actors actually interact with something physical, which is good.
yeah.
I don't know if it's a ship or a planet,
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Yeah.
but I like the organic feel of like whatever is going on. Maybe it's a breeding planet, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like what Lon talks about, and like those are like eggs and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know because they put the eggs directly in the people, so who knows? Yeah, it looks cool. It looks really cool.
Kang wants to know what the betting line is on Battelle surviving, and I say
0.
that you don't. No, she got a poster. She's gonna live. She's gonna live.
Okay.
I think she lives. Yep.
Okay, and Julian is famously right about those things.
Oh no, Julian is famously wrong about just about
I know.
everything. Yeah. Michelle
dead.
just wrote probably why it's taking 2 years to come out. The effects look amazing. No, it's taking 2 years to come out because of the writer's strike. Unfortunately, this should have been out a year ago. Next, Pike. This is back on Zombie World. Pike is giving back up to M'Benga here. Yeah, not really a whole lot to go off of there. And then this, I believe, is back on that Gorn set.
Yes.
Big,
yes,
big
I think
boom.
so. Yeah. It's giving like Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Or like Elliot Gould vibes from back
Oh
in the
yeah,
60s.
that too.
Yeah. I added this in late because I actually forgot to take the screenshot in my initial screenshots. Yeah. That's it. The one other screenshot I didn't get was the nice little moment at the end of the trailer where Kirk goes, Mr. Scott, you and I make a pretty good team. And I like that moment quite a bit.
It's nice.
So that is it for our breakdown. Do we have, what else do I have on here? That's it. Any final thoughts before we go to the mailbag?
I feel the release of information about this season has been very up and down and up and down and up and down. So I've still no idea what this season is going to be. Mostly very episodic to what we see. But yeah, that's only 10 episodes.
Yeah,
it's pretty
Only,
wild.
like 4 episodes in the trailer
Yeah.
ish.
Though, Lower Decks put in like all 10 last year and like, which was out of this world for a trailer for like the first ever time. It was weird. So who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, it's just right now. It's looking like a lot of fun this season. I like that they advertise it as 10 new adventures. We've been talking about episodic a lot and that, and this is the series that should be doing it, and it is. And I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
It's
same.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not calling anybody out. It's not visual effects. It's not studio politics. The reason that Strange New World season 3 is not out yet, the only reason it is only one, is because of the writer's strike. It would have been out last year, but they didn't start filming for a very long time. They had barely broken a writer's room, so that's it. There's no secrets. There's no bullshit. It's just the writer's strike fucked up a lot of things, as writer's strikes do, because people weren't getting paid enough. So here we are.
I think it's going to impact the tone of Star Trek also, because imagine the Trek being written now. It's going to be a very different tone of the Star Trek being written a year ago. You know what I mean? Because it's Star Trek also being like a mirror of the society and always like talk about, what's going on around us. So I think it's gonna be a bit weird to see Star Trek with like written in the P4 times. So I wonder how it's going to impact also the reception of the stories being told.
Yeah.
Compared to, for example, the first episode of season 1, that was like quite political,
Yeah. Yep.
So that's going to be interesting. But yeah, people should keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Including me.
Fair. Yeah, no, agreed. I'm stoked. I love this teaser. I really liked the posters they did. I would love a date. I'm hearing August, and if that's true, I'll cut someone. Yeah. So is Academy scheduled for this year or 2026? I believe 2026. I know they wrapped shooting.
They said 2025.
Oh, so it's probably, if it is 2025, it'll be winter, right?
But they say that like forever ago, so I don't know.
Yeah, filming is definitely wrapped.
Well, they're like ready to go to season 2.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think winter 2025 would be great.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, and then renew Prodigy, and then we're set.
Or renew Lower Decks.
Or at least give Lower Decks a movie.
Listen, a man can dream. A man can dream. Let's get into the mailbag, and we asked what folks were most excited for after watching this teaser, and this is what they had to say. So, Hawk, can you take K-Dubs, please?
Sure. K-Dubs wrote, I want to see how the Gorn conundrum is finally resolved. When I met Anson Mount, he gave me the tiniest crumb at that point. Even he didn't know what the writers had planned.
Oh.
I wonder if they did multiple endings.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, you never know. Can you take Jedi Cats, please, Giraffe?
Jedi Cat wrote, I am most excited about the murder mystery episode. I hadn't imagined it would be a 70s era one. As a fan of 70s crime shows, I'm anticipating having a lot of fun watching that one. I'm also excited about Rhys Darby appearance, presumably as Trelane, and I'm intrigued at the idea that they might bring in the recreation room / holodeck. I know there's a lot of discourse about this, but I think it's high time we saw stories and elements from the animated series become canon. Is that Barton and one of Arek's species? I hope so, and I hope that means we'll see Cadet Areks at some point.
That would be a really pleasant surprise. Yeah, agreed.
Don't be shy and brought in MRS.
Yeah. Himbu wrote Mortagus. That's it. That's the mailbag. Mortagus. Yep. I'll hawk back to you with Matt Harker's, please.
Matt Harker wrote, I'm most excited to see how the Gorn situation resolves. As fun as the fantasy episodes are, and we seem to have at least 2 to 3 if you count the group Vulcan episode. I enjoy the momentum that comes with action-oriented episodes more. Hopefully, we won't have to wait much longer.
Indeed. And then, Draft, can you take Dana's, please?
Dana wrote, murder, mystery, fuck sex. What is there not to be excited about?
Dana might be one of like 2 people, the other one being me, kind of, that's excited about Spock and Chapel. Maybe even being a thing.
This almost sounded like the Rolling Stones, Give Me Shelter. Murder, mystery, Spock sex.
Spock sex. I'll read Mars's, who wrote, honestly, I'm just excited for some new Trek since it's been a minute. I too want to see how the Gorn show wraps up, probably quickly in the first episode. Let's be real. It seems like they've packed a lot into our little amuse-bouche, and I am hangry. Let's fucking go. Indeed, I agree. Take us home, Hawk, with NY Rallites, please.
Yeah, NY Rally wrote the trailer gave me Captain Proton vibes, so I can't wait to see how they pull the analog off. The Kirk meeting Scotty scene look fun. Is an introduction to McCoy or Sulu not far behind? Maybe.
It's been like one a season, right? So it's not.
Yeah, I hope they do not, but yeah.
Yeah. I really don't need Bones. Yeah, because Bones is so tied to Kirk. But like,
and then it's TOS. So basically,
and then it's TOS. Yeah.
I feel like you
left.
could. No, it'd be too young, wouldn't he? Chekhov. He'd be too young at this point.
No, you
right?
can't. No, Chekhov's like 12.
Yeah, 12.
Because he's what, 19 when he joins the Enterprise? Yeah, he's like 12, 13.
Also, Mbenga served on the Enterprise under Kirk
He did.
before leaving. So there's some time before McCoy like gets in.
Yeah. That's it. That's the show. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that quite a bit. And I think people are going to be really excited about next week's episode because
I am.
I know you are. I think Hawk is too.
Yeah.
We are heading back through the Black Mirror with the highly anticipated sequel to USS Callister Into Infinity. The episode is feature length. It's an hour and 30 minutes. So we are going to eat, and we are going to eat well. We'll do a watch along on Wednesday, the night before the pod. It's going to be a hell of a time. I cannot wait to watch that. Join us 9:30 p.m. Eastern next Thursday for our review and deep dive of that. Like, sub, hit that bell, do all of that good shit. Check out MC's killer short. She has been doing such an amazing job with those on our YouTube, Insta, and TikTok. They are literally making us Latinum. It's pretty cool.
All the monies.
Yeah,
Nice.
we're making money on them.
Oh, MC had something she wanted us to mention.
We're not doing it.
Okay.
She will do it when she comes.
When she comes, she could say it. It's not our opinions, it's hers. Love you, MC. Love you. All right, friends, that is going to do it. We hope you enjoyed having some Strange New Worlds content. I sure as hell did. For Hawk, for Giraffe, I am Julian. Live long and prosper. Majram, sarcastic Vulcan salute. Good night.
Thanks for beaming into our podcast today. If you want to keep the hailing frequencies open, you can subscribe on Apple and Google Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify. Like what you hear? Put in a good word with Starfleet and leave us a 5-star review.